Virginia, home to the West Virginia Mountaineers. As we'll see the national champions from last year, the Auburn Tigers, taking on a squad from the American, the West Virginia Mountaineers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. The Mountaineers will get this season underway as toe meets leather. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Tigers' offense will go on the attack first. And Jesse, in this age of transfers, quarterbacks are the hottest commodities. We've seen this guy, but now different uniform, different surroundings. It's his job to get everybody going in the same direction.
Well, he just has to take command of this offense early. And listen, we've seen in recent years transfer quarterbacks have success right away. Think about Will Howard winning a national championship at Ohio State, Dylan Gabriel over at Oregon, Cam Ward at Miami. This guy has a really good grasp of the offense, picked it up in the offseason. I know they're really excited to see what he can do on the field today.
And these transfer quarterbacks are so wanted because they already have the experience. You know exactly what they can do. You're not guessing. So his experience translates, and they're counting on it. They love him. That's why they went and got him, and that's why he's starting right now.
Second down coming up. Clark wants to throw. Got his man downfield. Nice pickup. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line. The Tigers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Guys, let's chat a little big picture Auburn. They're coming off a national championship, but you do wonder if this season will be a season of complacency or a drive for another title.
Well, I mean, what a season last year to put that together, to win a natty, to make your dreams come true. But, Jesse, now it's reloading with all the high school recruiting pool and all the other stuff that goes with it.
Yeah, they lost a lot of key pieces off that national championship team a year ago, but they also added a lot of talent. That's why this fan base is hoping for back-to-back national championships.
Third down coming in the Morgantown faithful, making it tough on this big play. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. And he pulls it in inside the 15-yard line.
We knew this offense wanted to come out here and let it rip through the air. This QB is in a beautiful rhythm early. Nice job with his footwork and his eyes, and he completes a big one there. Get this offense humming.
Looking downfield on first down. Finds his big tight end. That completion will take him inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this first down, so you find the tight end, see if he can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. Quick strike through the air for the score. They strike first, and that opening drive of the season could not have gone better. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
Thanks to grab. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Let's take a second here and think about West Virginia. By no means was it a transfer portal exodus, the number of guys they lost among the fewest in the country, but you do wonder if things have just become really transactional in the sport right now.
Well, this is a team that had a lot of success last year, and a lot of their key players want to build off of that. So to me, not a big surprise that these guys decided to stick around.
Yeah, it's cool to see it, man. You don't see a lot of this in college football nowadays. A lot of people leaving. They're doing a good job of retaining their guys. They must have built a really good culture.
Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. And the Mountaineers decide to punt it away. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. Cradles it at the 35. He couldn't find much running room there. Didn't get a lot of blocking, and he'll step out of bounds. So here comes the Auburn offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. From the shotgun, they'll run it. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And just a great job by the defense being stout, right? That's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
Pick up a 5. They'll need 5 more on third down. Trying to pick up a first down. Clark to fire. Looking to take a shot. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down. Auburn sends out the punting unit. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. And that one will bounce and roll out of bounds. Let's see exactly where they mark it. West Virginia has it in the offense ready to go to work. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. To the air on first down. That's caught. It's Benedict. And they pick up just a few on that completion. The Mountaineers headed quickly to the line. Back to pass. Here comes the heat. Reels it in and goes out of bounds on the left side after the huge gain.
Looks to me on that deep ball like he was forcing it a little bit. You got to be careful as a quarterback. You're not trying to outduel the other guy who just threw a touchdown pass. You're just trying to win the game. So just execute the plays. The ball goes to who it's designed to go to. And if that means you got to turn around and hand it off, then that's what you got to do. But I think on that last deep ball, QB forcing it a little bit.
And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
Good timing on the quick out. He'll pick up a few before being knocked out of bounds at the 31. And the Mountaineers are on the move. Wants to go up top on first down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Looking to fire. Grab behind the line. It's McLeod. How much lingerie is this guy going to leave on the deck as he gets it down to the 25?
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
From the gun on third down. Gets it out fast. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. They flipped into the field, and we're ready to play. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. Gonna look downfield again. Dances away. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Mountaineers. Setting up for the and it's blocked. Well, that didn't necessarily go as planned, but it was most effective in the end.
I love it, Reese. Down in the red zone, this quarterback didn't have anybody open. Didn't panic. He just decided, man, I'm going to go do this myself. I'm going to use my wheels and put up 6 on the board. He did just that.
Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. They went 3 and out last time. Now they'll look for some plays that work. They'll move the tight end. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Fired just a little too long as the junior frustrated. He missed that connection. So now it's second and long. And
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to do. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
And he's coming out of the end zone. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick six, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick six and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
You can feel the Mountaineer spirit rising, reverberating across the field on this big third down. Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover.
Great job by the defense in the back end that time. He made the catch, and he had a little wiggle room to run afterwards, but they were able to get to him, rip the football out, and that is a massive takeaway for the defense.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. The Mountaineers in a good spot here with second and short. Wants to go up top. He's got it. They will score. Touchdown, West Virginia.
And this offense is firing on all cylinders right now. Starting the year, game one, creating a little bit of a pad and separation at the end of this first half. But you can see why so many people are really excited about this offense this season.
Bringing it out. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So here comes the Auburn offense. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers. You turn the football over, they turn it into points. Jesse, that is not a recipe for success.
Good news, though, they get another chance, right? They can make amends with this drive right here. That's all that's important. You've got to execute, and you've got to lock in.
Wide receiver going in motion. Trying the left side. Quick spin on the right. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. The give out of the gun. He's going to lose a yard on that one. And the Tigers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Oh, and they'll try to catch him with a pass. Makes the grab. It's Smith. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down. The Tigers are marching down the field. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Got his man on the right. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33.
Well, that play-action fake, it just froze the defense for a split second. That allowed the tight end time to work his route, get vertical down the field, and pick up a big gainer for the offense.
Now the play fake. He's got him in the flat. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Nice job, defense. You always hear people talk about tackling the catch. You saw it right there. There was nowhere for that receiver to go once he had possession. As a result, no gain.
Clark wants to throw. It's complete to the right. Oh, he's got some space. Put it right on him. Sweet play. Good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
To the ground with the back. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. The Tigers have put themselves in dire straits after that last play at 2nd and a mile.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Grabbed over the middle at Soto. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. Whistle blows. We are at the 2-minute timeout, and man, oh man, could these guys use a score to cut into this lead. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. Third down. Looking to throw for it. Lets it fly. Touchdown, Auburn. Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
Man, I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. West Virginia has it back, ready to dive into that playbook. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Everybody talks about getting off to a great start, but if you start building steam, David, that can work too.
No doubt, man, and sometimes it snowballs. But what do great teams do? Great teams respond. Struggled the first quarter, Palmer. They've done a great job rebounding and putting some points on the board.
You're right. I think they've started to identify the matchups that are in their favor. On this drive, they need to keep attacking, taking advantage of those matchups.
The new popular phrase for a favorite team not really coming out of the gates quickly is that they're playing with their food. There are a lot of peas being pushed around the plate right now, guys.
Yeah, Reese, they've been stumbling around. They've been making mistakes and shooting themselves in the foot in this game. But, David, I think you also have to give credit to the underdog in this game because they're just playing with more intensity. They look like they want it more.
Oh, dude, when you come out the gates in the first quarter, it's adrenaline, it's passion, it's being talked about as the underdog. As this game goes on, can they keep that intensity up? Right now, they're doing a heck of a job.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. This feels like 4-down territory, 3rd and short from the 40. From the gun, wants to pass. Punts it out of the air. Powers through the defender. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down.
Well, it's a nice job tackling on defense. I know one guy missed, but you saw the effort. Other guys coming and flying to the football. They knew how big that 3rd down was. They had to get the stop to give themselves a chance to now get off the field.
On 4th down, they're taking to the air. Fires to the big fella. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense. And the Mountaineers racing to the line in the hurry-up. Wants to throw on 1st down. The sure hands, it's McLeod. They stop him just a length or 2 short of the first, and man, what they can do on 2nd down here. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Back to pass. They go to the wide receiver screen. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. The Mountaineers come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking to throw on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
It's complete to the left. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. 3rd down play from the gun. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining. So now on 4th down, they'll try to salvage a 3 and just get points before halftime. Smashes it between the uprights. West Virginia has it and the offense ready to go to work. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well, so you have to know where your answers are.
Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. The give to the back. And he'll pick up one. It brings up 2nd and 9.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get...
Turning it on! And there might have been trouble if they hadn't gotten to him immediately.
Nice job there. Good timing between the QB and the wide receiver executing that out route.
And the Mountaineers are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. They'll try to get the first through the air. Got his man. And he's to the 48-yard line. That would be good enough for a first down. They've already moved the chains a couple of times on this drive, now out close to midfield. Buys a little time with his feet. Lets it fly. Wide open downfield. Ripping off a huge chunk of yardage, and he's got it just outside the 10 of the 11.
And I love this offensive approach, man. All gas, no brakes. You got the lead, so what? Continue to do what you do. Find those one-on-one situations and continue to stay aggressive.
They've got this defense reeling after that last play. Now it's 1st and 10 inside the 15. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Under heat, and he gets rid of it. He just wisely got rid of that one. The worst thing that can happen to you is to turn it over on 1st down in the red zone. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Off the bootleg and rolling out. Quickly to the flat, the wide receiver screen. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
This is no surprise to defenses anymore. Everybody throws wide receiver screens, and you could tell they were ready for it. They saw the quick game. They pounced on it, got the wide receiver on the ground. That's not the first time they've seen that route.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They've been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy. That's why the ball falls in.
So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do.
Breaks into the open. And that one looked as if it might go all the way, but they picked up more than 40 yards before the touchdown-saving tackle. Send the tight end in motion. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
Leaves it with the back. Wrestled down at the 26. It's a gain of 4. 3rd down coming in the Morgantown faithful, making it tough on this big play. The give from the gun. Makes it past the marker. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Tigers.
Man, we know football gets harder when you start to get in the red zone and the field shrinks. Who needs that? Break the long touchdown run. Nice job by the back. Seeing the hole, exploding through, getting a long touchdown.
And that kick was perfectly down the middle. On the move from inside his 5. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. West Virginia has it back, ready to dive into that playbook. They're still holding the lead, but hoping to flex a little muscle on this drive. start this drive going to the air. Makes the grab on the left. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. 4 wide receivers spread across the field on 2nd and inches. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. On the move to the right and looking for a big one. He's got it along the sideline. Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41. That big play is just what they needed. Now they have it 1st and 10 just outside the 40. They'll run it out of the shotgun. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And this D needs more of that, man. This is a really close football game, and you got to get these stops down the stretch and meet the physical challenge of this offense, and they do right there, man. And that's one step closer to getting this.
And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. And the defense got it.
And that is exactly how you draw it up. You get to the quarterback, but you get the football out. You hit him, you try to rake it out. Great job by the defense. Getting the sack, getting the fumble.
Defense in press coverage. Off the play fake on 1st down. Fires to the tight end. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
They're able to find the tight end for an easy completion, but good job tackling, not allowing him to get the 1st down.
Clark to fire. Looking down the middle. A strike downfield. They get him stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13. After that huge play, right back at him on 1st and 10 from inside the 15. Quick release on the RPO. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Makes the grab. Good throwing catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. Ends of the field, they gave him a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on 3rd down. Pause to throw again. Lets it go to the end zone. Touchdown, Auburn! Quick strike through the air for the score. Like a Thanksgiving turkey, they're just being carved. No shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing is working defensively.
The offense coughs it up. The offense very fortunate to get that ball back. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. On the run from inside his own 5. West Virginia has it in the offense ready to go to work. After that last drive, he came back to the sideline, and the coach probably said, "You dropped it? You didn't pick it up? Come on, get on the ball, Dick."
No, that's not what he said. He said, "You're doing a great job. Just keep your head up." Oh, yeah, he got blasted. You got to hold on to the football, Palmer. Turnovers decide games. Those are big plays.
It's tough on him, too, because he knows he let his offense down on that last drive. So you know that guy's eager and anxious to come out here and make a play.
The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
Yeah, nice job by the defense staying glued to him. Getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat, I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
Looking for that 1st down on 3rd and short from the 28. From the gun, wants to pass. Using the quick game. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the 1st down. They have it at the 36. The Mountaineers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Making side adjustments here. Looking to throw on first down. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's throwing to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
Makes the grab.
And a really nice job on the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31. And the Mountaineers will line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt and take it back. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. Motion from the wide receiver. Off play action on first down. Takes the easy throw in the flat. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Gives it on the option. Can't get him to the ground. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
And trying to put points on the board on third down. Now they're staring at fourth down. Auburn's going to have to send out the punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. All the way back to the 15. Couldn't get away from that cover team, and they've got him down at the 23. West Virginia has it back, ready to dive into that playbook. Another opportunity here. They had to punt it on their last possession, but this time tight game, hoping to get something on. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
I love the defensive effort there. They didn't get him right away. They stayed after him. He was scrambling, going backwards. They get the sack on the first play of the drive.
With the catch, it's McLeod. Out across the 20, they'll mark him out of bounds right at the 21-yard line.
Defense has their hands full with this one. I know he's not the biggest guy playing the running back position right now, but they know he's going to be catching it too, and they're going to have to bring this guy down in space. In the passing game, they better make sure they get a lot of half.
Unloads it downfield. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's fourth down. The Mountaineers will bring the punt team onto the field. What a move to get open. He was hoping for a little more running room, but they're able to get him down at the 45. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire. Clark wants to throw. Gets it out quickly.
Man, this is really good complimentary football so far. Like, you're down in the fourth quarter. Your defense has to get a stop. They get it, and I love the first play. We continue the momentum. Nice play on first down. Got to put this drive together. Got to get some points.
Steps away.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
To the ground to try to move the chains. Stopped in the backfield, and this defense has forced him into fourth down. The defense coming out to protect the lead, but this offense still has plenty of time, likely their final drive. Trailing by a possession, they need to keep the ball. They'll try to convert on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game. defense stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. And the Mountaineers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Goes to the option. Oh, look out, the ball's free. And what a fortuitous turn of events to get that football back. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Now facing a 3rd and long. On the run, it's McLeod. Got the first down and more. That's why a good running game is a coach's and quarterback's best friend when you're trying to put the lid on the game. The Mountaineers have it with a 1st and 10. Looking downfield on 1st down. Caught in the backfield, it's McLeod. There he goes. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. And the quarterback will just drop to a knee.